Well, it is the third week of the LCS, just about halfway through summer split, with coverage brought to you by Alienware. Joined right now by Jensen on Dignitas, who has decided to start winning this split. So Jensen, what's been going? Why did you decide to win?
I heard Worlds is around the corner, and that's when things really matter.
Okay.
Yeah, Spring Split was just like, we all know spring doesn't matter, right?
Right. Yes.
That's a famous quote, so
Yes.
figured I'd follow that and then take it a bit more serious come summer. But no, on a serious note, I think we kind of just got our shit together a bit more, so things are going better.
Yeah. What do you think it is that allowed you to turn things around? Was there like a specific thing that you guys solved, or what is it that's allowing the team to succeed?
I think we had a lot of different issues in spring. I think the roster change obviously made things better as well. But I think we're also just playing a bit better. That's not to say we're like a great team. We had 4 wins, which is it's not bad, right?
Sure.
It's not bad. So we're like in the middle now. But I thought even last year we were a bit better than what we showed in a way. We just played like
Last split.
last split. Yeah, I think we just played like pussies on stage basically. So we just lost every game.
Okay. So you guys were struggling. What gave you confidence then? Because if you think you weren't playing confidently, then what allowed the team to feel? Was it the roster change or?
Oh, no. I'm always confident, personally speaking, but basically, a lot of the times it felt like whenever we were in situations, enemy could just disrespect us and we wouldn't punish them. Whereas now I think we're willing to fight a bit more. And yeah, it's hard to say the roster change didn't help as well, because I think we are better with this roster. But yeah, I think we're just taking more fights now. I think it's still a bit of an issue that we are a bit too passive, but I think we're just playing better as well.
Yeah. What do you think of Diamond? Because he's been a player that I've followed as he's moved in and out of LCS and Academy. Happy to see him back in LCS now, but what do you think of him as a player and where his weaknesses and strengths are?
I'd rather not talk about weaknesses because that's like exposes
Well,
him a little bit. But
Sure. I don't, but I just mean in terms of like, if you think like, oh, he's working on champion pool a little bit, or like that type of stuff.
I think he's like a big voice inside the team. Like he's talks a lot about what he wants to do and stuff like that. So he's a big voice in a team. And as for things he's working on, I don't know. I think just creating like a good balance between like saying things that are good and understanding like what's happening on the map. So not like over communicating things. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, how where do you think he contributes to the team besides obviously the communication factor? I don't know if you can provide, because he's obviously a player that a lot of the audience might not be super familiar with, and so I thought this might be a chance to like ask you a little bit about what it's like playing with him.
It's been fun. I didn't realize, but he's actually a boomer like me, so we have that in common. But yeah, I think he's just willing to fight a lot and take a lot of chances. So, he's not afraid to int. So I think that's a good quality to have. So we can actually get some fights going.
Yes, very much. What do you think of the meta right now? Because obviously there's a lot of conversation about it.
The meta. Um,
I talked to Spica and he was complaining a little bit about the start of it. The start of the split and the static shiv situation and all that stuff. Yeah.
Right, I didn't even think about the static shiv. Yeah, it's cringe. I hope we can. There's a patch change, so hopefully we'll be moving away from it. I don't think it's gonna completely die out, but at least it's gonna like make it less obnoxious, which is good. But I do think the item is too unbalanced because you just hit the wave and the wave is pretty much gone. Like even though it got nerfed, I think it's still too strong because you still one-shot the backline minions. So whenever someone has static shiv and the other person doesn't, they just insta-clear the wave and can move around the map. So it doesn't feel very fun to play against. And it feels like if they have it and you don't, you're like at a bit of a disadvantage in terms of playing the map. So I'm glad we're shifting away from it, hopefully. But other than that, I think the meta's okay.
Yeah, because it feels like when I go, and this is obviously the way it is many times, but when I look on Twitter, when I look at Reddit, it feels like there's so much doomerism around the current state of the game, and people being like, "Oh, this is the least fun it's been in forever," and all that type of stuff. And so I just want to know what the pro player perspective on. You say it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a pro player for a long time, so I've gone through every single meta there is basically, and I think this one's okay. I mean, Static Shift LeBlanc is really obnoxious, but outside of that, it doesn't feel too bad. I think it's a bit stupid Static Shift still though. Like hopefully, like I said, next patch hopefully it'll be less obnoxious, but it's stupid. But I've gone through worse metas.
I've gone through worse metas. A great description of the current situation that we have with the game state. All right. Other than that, anything that you think fans should know about what's going on with Dignitas behind the scenes at Dignitas? Obviously, we hear a lot about stuff from Team Liquid, and there's always drama with TSM. But I feel like there hasn't been as much conversation around Dig lately. So I'm kind of curious if you have anything that you feel like people should know.
So we need some sort of drama.
Maybe not drama. I think also just like, if the team is doing fun things, you guys are going out, or anything interesting is going around, anything on the horizon. I don't know.
Anything on the horizon? I think on the horizon, more dubs. But I don't think there's like nothing exciting. I mean, we went to an escape room. I personally, I don't like them too much.
Okay. So did you not participate? Were you sitting in the corner being like, yeah, whatever, you guys figure it out?
Sort of, more or less, yeah. I'm kind of that guy. Yeah. But other than that, like nothing interesting happening at Dig. We just take it week by week. We practice and try to collect some dubs. Yeah, nothing too exciting in the Dig camp right now.
Very good. Well, I tried. Anything that you want to say to the fans out there, Jensen?
Not really.
You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. Hey everyone, I am in the LCS press room right now. This is a press box where I always hang out and watch the games, and it's quite dark in here. So how do we edit? Well, it's with this, the Alienware M18. This thing is beautiful. It's got an 18-inch panel and a 16 by 10 aspect ratio in QHD+, so that gives us the space we need to edit the footage you watch, all while we're in this press box. And the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 40 series graphics card in this thing allows us to render footage seamlessly on the M18 so that we can export videos quickly. So the next time you're watching one of these videos, be sure to appreciate that Alienware hooked us up with the M18, and you can get one too. There's a link in the description, but really appreciate them, and hopefully you enjoy their sponsorship of it so that we can create videos like this one.